Boomer shooters are awesome. Recently I've been addicted to playing them. Mainly Ultrakill and Dusk. Those are two of my personal favourite games of all time. The gameplay itself is just fast paced and gets you right into the action without missing anything, as well as having cool gimmicks that I'll get into that draws you back every single time. But why are these games so fun? Well, let's talk about the past, where they draw their inspirations, and then the present about the features of said games and then what's to come. Let's get on to the past, as it plays a really important part as why these are called boomer shooters. Oh, they also could be called retro shooters, but I hear the name boomer shooter get used more often, which the boomer part comes from baby boomers, as the games came out of that sort of generation. The main games we're talking about are Quake and Doom, the most influential games in the first-person genre to date. They revolutionized how the games would play via the graphics, how it's 3D, and that you can just run through the level in front of you, and that Quake took that idea and added polys to it, making the areas more visible and the characters not like paper. This sparked a whole revolution and then later on revitalized in these new retro shooter games you see today. Let's get on to some of the games in the genre. Now, there's 3 games that stand out above them all. That's not to say that all of them are bad or anything, it's just that these games sparked it all. The New Blood trilogy that consists of a medieval, also known as medieval, Dusk, and Ultrakill. These 3 games are insane. One of them even has RTX. At least then I can see the pixelated graphics in 4K ultra graphics settings mode. I may as well talk about a medieval first, seeing as it's the one with the RTX graphics. Fantastic. I've no idea what part it made look better, seeing as it's all retro anyway, so cool. At least it made the water kind of reflective, I guess. I don't care. Let's get on to the weapons in the game. It's a medieval style game, so the main things you'll be using are a sword, you know, the usual, firebolt, some magic tools as well. That's about it. Let's talk about some of the enemies you may encounter while playing this game. First off being the Crusaders, which can fling a sword, as well as some mobs that are made out of like rock, I'd assume, that come and attack you, which is fun. And as well as a mob that also is in like the same as Dusk, that flies around and shoots you, but it fires fireballs instead. So let's move on to Dusk. I absolutely love this game. It's so simple that it's bringing back what Quake and Doom did by being just fast paced and just an overall fun shooter, and it's given its own twist by how sometimes you can climb on the walls with power-ups, got little pads that shoot you up in the air, got little teleporters, and got even a faster fire rate that slows down the enemies as well. All these neat little tricks, and not to mention the enemies that make up the game. You got these cultists, as they're called, that fire you fireballs, I presume, at you. You got a scarecrow that has a shotgun that, watch out, you may have to duck because he'll fire one tap you. You got the dog, gotta watch out, he'll bite you. You got the standardized guy wearing a mask with a chainsaw, you know, the usual. Let's go on to the levels, as the levels make what part of the game is so damn fun. You sometimes encounter a large area that gives you this giant battlefield to dodge bullets around, but giving you a benefit of faster firing rate or just extra health to ducking down, or even a bomb, stuff like that. But there's some standout levels, and ones that change it up, even making the giant area just in compact into a mine, and that you have to inch around. You might get closed gapped by a few enemies running towards you, even towards your back, so you better watch out. And not to mention a level called Homecoming, which is in episode 3. It's a trip, is all I can say about it. Basically, you go through the level playing normally, and then you turn upside down, you go upside down again. I think I'm upside down, I have no idea which way I'm going, but you know, I wish I could tell you. It's definitely one you have to try out for yourself. Oh boy, where to begin with this game? Let me be clear, this is the first game I bought in the New Blood trilogy, and for a first game, I think I chose the best option. Jesus Christ. Oh, the progression in this game is something else. You start off fighting these weak zombie enemies and you gradually build up. Defeat your first boss, which is like a totem head that fires lasers at you. And then next few levels, that same boss you just defeated is in those levels, and then it keeps that progression going on throughout the game. It makes you just feel like you're just gradually getting more powerful by the minute. It's so damn cool. Not to mention as well that the weapons you find along the way have alternate powers. Like for instance, the pistol fires a beam. Ooh, I like that. It's ultimate mode. Get this. Flips a coin in the air, you shoot it, it hits two enemies. It is such a cool ability. It is one that keeps sticking in my brain because I've never seen a game use that kind of like idea before, so to speak. And the other ones as well, not to get foreshadowed, have cool abilities like machine gun. Its alt ability after you fire a lot of bullets, it speeds up, so it's actually quite good. And then the laser rifle, I would say, has the ability to use what the original boss has, its laser beam, which I think is a nice little feature that you get to use his own powers against him. I like to have a quick little honourable mentions just of some of the games that I think are great, I just haven't played enough of to give a valid opinion on. Like for instance, H-Rot. It's basically like Dusk, but like Chernobyl is the best way I can describe it. It's nice, it's like compact, gives you all this high-passion energy, and I just love it to bits. I think the gameplay is fun. Not to mention, it is 400 megabytes. It is small as shit. You can fit this on anything. That's what I love about it. It's no matter what, you'll be able to install the game and just have a bit of fun. Absolutely love it. Next up is Heathen. Oh my god, Hedon Bloodright, which I have only played about an hour or two on it, so don't quote me on any of this stuff. But what I played, I loved it. How it was like Doom in how the characters are not 3D modeled, they're 2D. Same with the animations. So like when you swing an axe, it feels powerful, and then when you kill an enemy, just seeing their bodies just decapitate is awesome. I really need to play more of this game. I absolutely think it's a great game, and that I need to invest more time in it to uncover the story that's in the game, as well as all the other weapons that you get to emit in the game. Lastly, this one's a demo, but I'm still going to throw it in the same category anyway because it's coming out hopefully this year. The game is Aces High. It is published by New Blood Interactive, so if you want to check out the demo, it's on Steam under their name. I highly recommend it. It is like Hedon Bloodright in that the game is 2D, 3D. The characters in the game are 2D, but the game area itself is 3D. And I played this beta, this little demo of the game, and I enjoyed it. How it feels hitting enemies with a little bottle, and how smooth the animations are, and how the level plays out. Able to hide in vents to get away from enemies, and then they just go back to what they were doing, so you could just donk them on the head again. It feels a lot like, I'd say, Hitman and Payday, in how they detect you and then just, oh, where'd he go? I didn't see him anymore. And then just go back to what they were doing. I highly recommend you check this one out, even though it's just a little demo of the game. But it's just a symbol of what to come. Thanks for watching to the end. This video is a lot of me just rambling, but I really enjoy this genre. I think the games that the game produced are stellar, that they need to get talked about more. So I may end up making more videos on this new one coming out called Gloomwood. I haven't played it yet, I've only seen it and it looks insane. Just to let you know, it might happen. But if you like the video, like the video. If you don't, just dislike it. Leave a comment if you want to, and subscribe if you want to. I can't force you. See ya.